10 years had passed since Operation Snake Eater, since Naked Snake pulled the trigger on the woman who had been his mentor, his friend, and the closest thing he had to family. In the aftermath, the soldier the world now called Big Boss severed his ties to the US government and built Militaires Sans Frontières, an army without borders. He believed the boss was gone, but a new mission was about to set him on a path he never expected. One that hinted she might still be out there, waiting for him in the most unlikely of places. It was a rainy, hot night when a bike stopped by the Barranquilla coastline in Colombia. Hidden beneath the canopy, far from shipping lanes and satellites, stood the headquarters of Militaires Sans Frontières, a scattered grid of camouflaged tents, wood cabins, and rattling radio towers. Founded by Snake, the man once called Big Boss, and Kazuhira Miller, MSF was a nation of soldiers without borders. They took contracts on their own terms, fighting for missions they believed in, not for flags. Years after breaking from the CIA, Snake still carried the ghost of Operation Snake Eater and the image of the boss, his mentor, his ideal, the woman he was ordered to kill. Two visitors came in that evening. Ramon Galvez Mena, a professor from Costa Rica's University for Peace. With him was Paz Ortega Andrade, his student, young, quiet, sincere. In one of the cabins, with only the sound of the heavy rain outside, Galvez described an invasion. An unidentified force had slipped into Costa Rica, a country with no army, and begun erecting hidden sites, flying in advanced hardware, and bullying villages into silence. The government's neutrality left it powerless. "We need soldiers who answer to no nation," Galvez said evenly, offering a permanent coastal facility in Costa Rica if MSF would intervene. Snake was cautious and declined the offer after realizing the professor was a KGB agent. However, he produced a recording. Random sentences, but the voice couldn't be mistaken. It was the boss. She was there in the Costa Rican jungle, but she had died years ago. How could this be? Snake accepted the mission. Snake's path wound through banana rows and river thickets where patrols and unmarked fatigues moved with contractor stiffness. Their rifles looked factory fresh, not black market salvage. They had to be CIA agents. In the jungle, he met the Sandinistas, Nicaraguan guerrillas forced out of their lands. Their current leader, Amanda Valenciano Libre, was young and iron-willed, fiercely protective of her brother Chico. Suddenly, engines sliced the humid air. A large hovering machine glided above the trees and shed a swarm of drones. Gunfire erupted. A tether from a drone stabbed down, cinched Amanda's waist, and hauled her skyward. Snake shot the drone down, and Amanda crashed to earth, her leg twisted. In the chaos, another drone took Chico and carried him toward the mountains. "They'll take Chico to a prison camp up in the mountains," Amanda said. "Please, bring him back." She joined MSF on the spot and was taken to Snake's base for treatment. Night turned the jungle into a black ocean of cicadas and searchlights. Snake breached the prison Amanda had described, skirting patrols and cameras until he reached a small room. Chico was bruised but defiant. He told Snake about a service tunnel bored through a mountain, a logistics artery that fed the enemy base where the unmanned platforms originated. He showed Snake the way on a map. At dawn, Snake climbed into thinner air, boots scraping limestone. The tunnel mouth hunched beneath a cliff like a bunker. A manned main battle tank sat across the approach, engine ruminating. The first 120mm shell obliterated a train car. Snake was using as cover, pushing it against the tunnel entrance and blocking it. But Snake moved on muscle memory, slamming rockets into the tank while avoiding enemy fire. When smoke poured from the engine and the enemy crew was taken care of, all that was left of the tank was a ruin. The direct route to the enemy base was gone. As he withdrew, he reached out to Chico, who told him of an alternate route through an old bridge. He set off immediately. The jungle thinned to concrete pads and rows of trucks, and then the enemy base. Snake bellied behind some stairs, and watched two figures pacing the perimeter. CIA Central America Station Chief Hot Coldman, square-jawed, wearing suit pants and a long-sleeve shirt, and Huey Emmerich, thin and grease-stained, sitting in a robotic wheelchair. "Deterrence fails because men hesitate," Coldman said, voice flat. "Peace Walker removes hesitation. It will retaliate the instant it detects a launch. One live test will prove its credibility." Huey's reply was tight. "Deterrence works because both sides believe the weapon won't be used. If you actually fire..." "We will fire," Coldman cut in. "The Soviets will see we mean it." "That's not deterrence," Huey snapped. "That's starting a war." "History favors the bold," Coldman said. "Strangelove's AI will make the decision faster than any human. Your legs will carry it. The rest is my job." Coldman pushed Huey down the stairs and left the room. Snake went to the man on the floor. "Where are the nukes?" he said. Huey yelled, "He's going to do it! He's going to launch the nukes!" Snake followed Coldman through a hangar door, but on the other side he was met with a high electric whine built into a banshee note as the white, four-legged pupa stalked into the place. Armor curved like an insect shell. Sensor clusters pivoted. Missile pods and autocannons found aimed at Snake. The first burst shredded near him. Snake sprinted, planting C4 where its path would carry it, but it was useless. Then Huey yelled through the intercom system, "Aim for the cylindrical AI pod!" Snake fought the way he knew to survive these machines. Punish over commitment, hit exposed weak spots when the opportunity arose, and break line of sight before a counterattack. The pupa adapted. Its turn time tightened, burst lengths changed. It tried to cut escape angles. Snake shaved seconds too, ducking under a strafing run, popping rockets into the machine's weak spot. Finally, the machine sagged and crashed in a shriek of torn metal. Silence returned in clicks of cooling steel. Snake moved fast, taking the machine's memory boards out and saving them for himself. In the adjoining bay, a lone figure hunched over schematics. Huey looked up, glasses fogged, relief flooding his face. "Who are you?" Snake asked. "I work here. Well, used to," Huey blurted. "The Peace Walker project is meant to be the ultimate nuclear deterrent. No human operator, no hesitation. The AI detects an incoming strike and automatically retaliates." "A machine deciding to fire nukes," Snake said. Huey swallowed. "In theory, deterrence works. I thought we were building something so credible it would never have to launch. But Coldman wants to prove the system's resolve by firing a live nuclear weapon. So, he'll start a war to stop one," Snake said. "I'm afraid so," Huey answered. "I signed on to build a shield. Coldman is turning it into a sword." Huey tipped his chin toward the ruined chassis. Pupa was only a prototype. Peace Walker will be larger, better armed, and its mind, the decision logic, is Dr. Strangelove's work. "Strangelove?" Snake asked. "She's brilliant," Huey said carefully. "In the field of AI, there is no one better. That's for sure. They will be taking Peace Walker to her so its cerebellum can be attached to it." "Where?" Huey pointed to a complex deeper in the mountains. "Primary research facility. Multiple security perimeters. Unmanned units like Pupa on patrol. If you want to stop Coldman, Strangelove is the key." Outside, night pressed down. Somewhere ahead, Dr. Strangelove was wiring an AI to launch a nuke. Somewhere above, Hot Coldman was sharpening deterrence into a live demonstration. Snake checked his gear and faded into the trees. As Snake vanished into the dark, damp forest, one thought refused to leave him. The voice on that recording, it hadn't just sounded like the boss. It felt like her. He told himself it was impossible, but Snake couldn't help but wonder, what if she was still alive? If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. We will continue this story in an upcoming video. We also post weekly videos with original stories, as well as lore from established sci-fi and fantasy franchises. Thank you.